Alright guys, today I'm gonna teach you how to sync 2K clips to a song. So yeah, let's get straight to it. I need to find I already have some clips, but yeah, I need to find a song. So I'm just gonna go find the song, I guess. Ignore this, by the way. Alright, so I got the song here. Now I'm gonna open After Effects. Alright, so now that After Effects is open, you gotta go right here to the project. You gotta right click here, import file. Okay, so now import your clips. I don't know, dude, I'm just gonna get these shits. Fuck it. 60 FPS is really good for time remap, by the way, guys. It's really useful. So after you have the clips, do the same thing and import your song. So let me see if I can find it. Here it is. No, you're not getting the song name, even though most people probably already know it. And so drag the song to the timeline. Make sure you're not in render queue. Drag the song to the timeline, and now you have this shit right here, this bar, so you click on these arrows right here so you can see the waveform. Here is where all the beats are, like kicks and stuff, like the drums, the claps, snares. That's what you're gonna be syncing it to. So I'm gonna show you an example of me trying to sync this real quick. Let me put this shit down a little bit so it doesn't hurt people's ears. But yeah, let me see. By the way, to zoom in and zoom out, you just click on these things. So like click on the smaller one to zoom in, to zoom out, and the big one to zoom in. Or you can just drag this, but it's more optimal to just do this. You're gonna need to zoom in to do this. So now you wanna listen to the beats and shit. So, and by the way, I recommend 15 or 14, but I'm using 15 for this tutorial. So my preview favor is length, cause why not? It's better. So yeah. Okay, so the beat already started here, so I'm gonna just go back a while. I think I'm too close. Alright, let me see. Okay, so first beat, so somewhere around here, a little bit. Like right here, I think. If it's not, you can just fix it later. Oh yeah, by the way, deselect the song so the markers go up here instead of right here, so you can always see the markers. So yeah. Okay, so here's a beat right here, and I think this is a beat right here, that little block. Now she rolling up. I think there's a beat right here. Rolling up the switch. Okay, beat right here. Okay, so you get the point. I'm gonna just speed it up, at this point, because why not? I don't want to take too long with this. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. To add a marker, you press the little star, like it's like shift 8, shift 8. Yeah. or you can just press the star if if you're on PC like I am. There's the numpad. There's a star there, and that's what I'm clicking right now. So yeah.
Switch is a hit or miss. Hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it from the small just middle bitch. Homie, I'm a nice.
Okay, so I just did like a few markers and shit. So let's get to it. Once you have your markers, you gotta press the little arrow to take away all that shit. You have your markers here, so you already know where the beats are. So then you gotta think of where you want him to make the shot or dunk it at. Like what beat you want him to do that shit on. So I'm gonna just check real quick.
Now she rolling up the swish.
Okay, I want him to make it right here. This one right here, this marker. So yeah, I want him to dunk it right here. So by the way, sorry if you hear a little girl screaming in the background. That's my little sister. She's like 3 years old and she's loud as shit. So yeah, no matter what I do, she's gonna scream in the background. Do something stupid. I don't know, bro. But it's whatever. Anyway, now that you know what marker you're gonna make him dunk at. You're gonna go to this marker, press Control Alt T, or you could just right click, enable time remapping. So then, by the way, disable the audio on your clip. So then you want to drag this until you see in the preview that he dunks it. So a little bit more right here. Wait a sec. Like right in the initial impact. Right there. So once you got that there, have a keyframe in there. And then you go to the first marker and drag it back about like until this goes back like a minute or so. This like a minute and a half. And then then you just split the clip, Control Shift D, delete this, and then you go to the marker after he dunks it, and then you drag this forward a little bit and Control Shift D and delete the clip. Okay, so now you have this. You're gonna see it's fucking. By the way, to like put the loop region as you call it in Sony Vegas. The I don't know. I just like call it the preview range kind of. I don't know. But anyway, you press B to put that's the start of it. The work area, yeah, that's what it's called. And then you press N to put like the end. So yeah. I'm gonna press the play button to see if to show you what it looks like right now. Wait a sec. It has to load. Okay, so now.
Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit. Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit.
Okay, so as you can see, it looks fucking terrible. So what you have to do now is, okay, so you could sync it. There's two ways to do this. You could either sync everything, or you can just do simple syncing. like the start of the clip, the dunk or shot, and the end. Today I'm gonna show you simple syncing, but then I might show you like the way I do it afterwards. So yeah, this is simple syncing. So I'm gonna just show you. Wait a sec, someone's calling me. Alright. So okay, so you just put a keyframe on every other marker that doesn't have a keyframe already. So right here, and right here. Okay. Then you select all of them, press F9 on your keyboard, and then you press on Graph Editor, and then you see all this weird shit. So what you want to do now is zoom in on like a little bit, not too much. And then after you zoom in, you want to drag the first one up and drag the second one down. You have to make sure that this curve does not look like this. Do not ever fucking make it look like this, because then it reverses in the middle of the clip. As you can see right there, it looks retarded. You have to make sure it's always going up. There's a curve, but it's going up. This side can't be lower than this side. I mean, this side can't be higher than this side. So let's make sure. If you're using 30 FPS clips, make the curve a little bit less curvy, more straight, because if you don't, then there's gonna be a lot of lag. Not like lag is frame drops. It's just gonna freeze in the middle, which is bad. So now I have this. So then you do that for every other pair of keyframes. So this side right here, put this one up, this one down. Not too much. Up, down. Just do what I'm saying, alright? Just do what I'm saying. Just put this up, put this down. Not too much. Not too much. On Call of Duty edits you can, because they're 60 FPS most of the time. But just make sure that it doesn't go too slow in the middle. So yeah. Now let's do this one. Put this one up, this one down, this one up, and this one down. And now you have synced a 2K clip. Congratulations. Let's see the final results.
Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit.
Okay. So yeah. So if I was gonna actually make this edit, I would say this is too fast right here, and I don't want him to be running and shit. I want him to dunk it and like stay like this for a while. So I would turn this back a little bit and fix the graph, because this is a pretty like slow song. So like that. So let's see this now.
It's a hit. Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit.
Yeah, that's perfect. You see that? Okay, so let me do another clip just to show you guys. By the way, I'd also delete the keyframes that are not needed, like these right here. So let's go to the other clip. I don't know. By the way, shout out to alumni for these clips. Let's use this one. Fuck it. Okay, so now you have to start off at the same marker that you ended off the other clip at. And you have to find where you want him to dunk it again. So let me just make this preview region bigger so I can listen to more shit. Let me see. By the way, I turned this off too, so I can hear it and there's no preview and shit.
It's a hit of this. I keep hearing from this.
Alright, so this one's gonna be kind of small.
It's a hit of this. I keep.
Alright, I want him to duck it right here. So I'll bring this, drag it. Oh, he made it. Let me see what he did before. Alright, so he did like a hop step, so alright, so since he did a hop step, I'll probably sync it to the beat because I want it to look nice. So yeah, once you drag it and it's like on the marker that you want him to dunk at, and you know the ball is in the rim, Control Alt T, add a keyframe, go to the start, put it back, and then Control Shift D, delete, open this again, go to the last keyframe, put this a teeny bit this time because this is like a very slow kind of song, so I want it to be kind of slower. So I want him to do the hop step right here. So I move this until he does the hop step on this marker. And right here, I want him to shoot it. So I go to where he does his jump shot right here. So then it's fully synced, but now we have to do the graph editor. So then you select all of the keyframes, F9, graph editor, click over here. So you're not selecting anything. Zoom in and turn this up, turn this down, not too much. Click on this one, up, down, up, down. It's a pattern really. If you mess up, you can just go back in the graph editor and, you know, adjust these things. Up, down, and then this is just a random keyframe that's not important. That's why I delete them, because these shits are just there for no reason. Like, you know, see? They're not there anymore. So, now that I sync this, let's preview it. Let me just go right here. Preview this.
It's a
Alright.
rolling up the swish. It's a hit of this. I keep.
Alright, it's not that slow. I mean, it's pretty fast, honestly. So I might like go right here and try to like turn this slower at like right there. Let me see. Probably make it worse.
Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit of this.
Okay, wait a sec. Alright, so once you have the syncing done on both of them, you realize that the cut is pretty sharp, and that's not a good thing.
Swish. It's a hit of this.
So yeah, the sharp is pretty bad, and this is a little fast, but you could adjust it yourself, so doesn't matter. So now that you have some clips, okay, so let's start with this one. The transition, you can add a transition. There's two different types of transitions that I like to do. There's kind of like a scale transition, like a very big screen pump. There's also a little warp, and there's also swish pan, which I'm gonna get into too also. I don't know what to really use for this slow song. Let me just think right now. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna use the warp. So I'm gonna make the warp real quick. So you click on the top clip, right click. You you click on the top clip, you right click down in an empty space. So you can do it right here. Just make sure it's an empty space. And then you right click, new adjustment layer, put a marker. Oh, by the way, your cursor has to be like where the cut is. So yeah, put a marker, press page down about 5 times, or you can just like press this 5 times, and then cut the clip by pressing Control Shift D, delete it by pressing delete. On your keyboard there's a delete button, and right here, let's go back 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delete. Okay, so now you have this adjustment layer. It's pretty empty. Let's add a warp to it. So I'm gonna give you my warp settings. Actually, no, let's not even add a warp because that's kind of complicated. Not really complicated, it's just annoying to teach. So let's just do a scale transition or a switch band. I'm gonna show you how to do both. So let's do a scale. So you put transform, you put this here. Okay, so now you have your effects here, or if not, there's gonna come up here. I don't know, just find the effects. Okay, go right here, zoom in a little bit. Why not? So I want a 3 frame scale. So actually, it doesn't even matter. Just go to the middle where the marker is. Put this like up to 146. Press scale. Press the stopwatch next to scale. This is for keyframes. This is for keyframing effects. You should know how to do this for other things, because like, let's say I want the scale to be like this here, like on this frame, like this, and slowly go up here. So I put it up here. I click the stopwatch, I put it down where I want it here, and then I put it up here. So then, as you can see, it does like a little slow scale up, like just zooms out. So right here, I want it to zoom in slowly. So I want it to be like this, zoom in, zoom out. So right here, I'm gonna turn it back to 100. So it's at 100 through here, and then it goes in and out. Then, but that's not really a good transition in my opinion, because it's not smooth enough. So we're gonna just select these keyframes. Actually, just select the keyframes. F9. Click on the graph editor, and this is the keyframes. I want it to be like a sharp kind of transition, so it's kind of like slow here and then fast here. So I'm gonna put this down like this, put this down like this. So it's gonna be like that. And now let's preview it. See what we're doing.
Swish, it's a hit or miss.
Okay, so now it's not too bad. You could also add a blur, like keyframe a blur, but that's not necessary. That's just for other shit. Okay, so you could either leave it like this and add your VFX, or you could also add a shake. which I like to do. So to add a shake, I like doing things separately. So we're gonna take this clip right here. We're gonna work on this clip with the shake. You're gonna click on it, right click, pre-compose, press move all attributes, and have these two with the checks on it. Okay. Now you're inside a pre-comp. Don't worry, everything else is still there. It's just here, see? So now you add a shake, which I'm gonna add a simple shake as shake. So you add it here. No, actually, what the fuck am I saying? You don't add it there. You click on the clip, right click on an empty space, adjustment layer, and now you add it to the adjustment layer. So now you have a trash shake that's not keyframed, which is bad. So let's keyframe it. But first, let me change the settings. So I want the frequency to be higher, and I want the amplitude to be like kind of like this. I want a vertical shake, so I'm taking off the X, and the Y is off already. I'm at the Z is off already. So don't ever use a Z shake, by the way. Also, like, take away all this shit, you know. So now that you have that, I normally also put this to like not 0.900 for screen pump kind of purposes. So what you do now is you click on the stopwatch on amplitude and Z distance over here, so we can check the keyframes. Here's the keyframes I just put down by pressing the stopwatch. Now you want to go 5 frames or 6 or 7, just make it like one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, why not? Put this down and put this to 1. So now that you have that, this is already a shake right here for the first keyframe, and we're gonna do it to this one right here. So I want it to be a grad kind of like 2 frame right here, so it could like turn into a shake in 2 frames and then dissolve in 5. So you go 2 frames back, put a keyframe on both of them, and then you go right here to the marker, put this up again to like 300, 400 around there, and put this down to whatever the fuck you want, and then go 5 frames forward or 6 or 7, and then put everything down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you turn this down to 1. Okay, so now we have 2 shakes, and to make your life easier, we're gonna copy and paste these keyframes so you don't have to do it manually. So you just select these, Control C, go right here to the next marker, and drag it until the middle one is at the marker, and you do that for all of these. By the way, obviously Control V to paste it. So yeah, so click on the marker, Control V, drag, click on the marker, Control V. It's already on the marker right there. So now you have a shake and a screen pump. Nothing too complicated. So I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay, so I'm back. I had to do something. So now you have a shake. So let's go back to the normal main comp and preview it. So
Now she rolling up the swish. It's a
yeah, that's a nice one. Okay. So here's something that you can do. So to go inside a pre-comp, by the way, to see what you like, have in the pre-comp, you double click on it and then you see everything here. By the way, you could also like select all of these and press F9 if you want it even smoother than it already is, but it barely makes a difference. So now let's work on the second clip. So I want to pre-comp it, same thing as before, these three, and then go to the other comp, get the adjustment layer, Control C to copy, and Control V to put it in here, in this comp right here, this one, the second clip. So now you just fix the keyframes so it's not messed up. As you can see, this is in the wrong place, so I'm gonna just move it to this marker right here. Everything has to be on the markers, every marker that's in the clip. So right here. By the way, for shots you could actually like extend this a little bit and maybe make the amplitude a bit higher. I'm gonna do this for this too, just to make it more intense. Alright, so those are the shake tutorial, screen pump shake, and flow tutorial. Now let's do the finishing touches. You obviously can add more. I'm not teaching too much VFX right now, so yeah. Maybe we could add some VFX. Yeah, let's add some VFX on that. So let's add some more VFX. So I want a warp and a flash with some defocus right here. So I'm gonna just add that in because I have a preset already. I just want this to not look complete shit. Oh, by the way, you need a new adjustment layer if you want to add presets. So warp. Okay, so now my warp is on there, and I have to find it. There it is. Those are the keyframes. Put it right here. Maybe like split the adjustment layer so it's not too long. I don't like it when it's during the whole clip, but it's only a little part. Okay, so now I have a warp, which is good, but it's not good enough. So now I'm gonna add like a little flash right here. So let's add another adjustment layer. Let's cut it right here. Let's add brightness and contrast. Let's open the effects tab here. Click on the stopwatch for brightness. Turn it up until you want it, and then go a little bit forward, I don't know, like to the end of the clip, and turn it back down to 0, and then boop, a little flash right there. Nothing too fancy, but I'm also gonna add a lens blur, because why not? Add BCC fast lens blur. By the way, all plugins you can get free, so just crack it. I don't know, everyone crack their shit. Okay, so here's a lens blur. It's a little bit too much, like 8. Let's add like 6. 6 is alright. Let's boost up the gamma. Yeah. Let's keyframe this. I put the gamma up already, I think. Maybe boost the highlights. Keyframe it and go to the end. And do this quality, sharp, I don't fucking care. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Okay, ignore the shit in the background, because I swear my fucking family members are loud as shit. Anyway, so let's preview this. I would say the shake is not powerful enough. Or is it? And I'm just retarded. Wait a sec. Let me see.
Rolling up the swish.
Yeah, that looks nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I keep hitting. Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit or miss. I keep.
Okay, that shit's fast as fuck. Alright, so now that you have your edit finished, I mean, if you're finished, you know, then you click on the top one, hold shift, click on the bottom layer, right click, pre-compose, name it edit, and do the same thing, but take off this one. So yeah, so now you have this. I suggest cutting it where it starts and cutting it where it ends. So right here. Actually, yeah, whatever. By the way, actually no, never mind. Don't cut it where it ends, because then the song is gonna end too, and once the clip ends, and that's gonna be terrible. So you want the song to fade out at a certain time. Let me see.
I keep hearing from the squad.
Alright, let's whatever. Let's just keyframe the audio levels and turn it down right here all the way. And there. That's done for right there. Now the audio ends right here, and I'm gonna do that again. So now that you're finished doing the syncing, VFX, screen pumps, shakes, you know, doing all that, you wanna click on the pre-comp, new adjustment layer. You click on the adjustment layer, press Control D about 3 times. Okay, so on this one, you want to add BCC Unsharp Mask, because that's the upscale the resolution for higher quality. The top one, motion tile. Put that shit on, not this, this. Put that on like 90 or 86. I don't know, whatever. 86 looks nice. On this one, you put RSMB. You put it on there. You know, turn this up. Put this like at fucking 30. Doesn't matter. And on this one, you put a CC. So look up Magic Bullet Looks. You must already have this. Like, you must have these shits. I'm gonna put what you need to have in the description. So let's create the CC real quick, really quick one. It's really not too hard. Okay, so let's add some contrast. Let's add some hue and saturation. Maybe turn the saturation down a bit. This is good. Hue. Like this. More bluish, actually. I want it more bluish. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the hue alone and add some. Okay, so I'm gonna add some warm cool. What the fuck am I doing? Warm cool. Turn it a little bit cool like that. It's alright. Add an outer shoulder, an S curve down here. Actually, no, never mind. I'm gonna just add regular curves. Curves. It's pretty dark edit, so maybe what? Nope. Nah, fuck that. Just gonna continue making this, you know. Actually, yeah. Have to restrict this. What am I doing? Yeah, fucking this off. By the way, don't use pop ever. Like, you know, I thought of phone grain, not too much. Jesus Christ. A little bit of phone grain. Add some chromatic aberration. Diffusion. Yeah, I'm not using that. Okay, this is a bit hardcore. Turn this down a bit. Okay, so this is a bit of a hardcore ass fucking CC I made here, but let's add some other shit, why not? Let's add some leave color to leave some color. Cause why the fuck not, nigga? You know, decolor the fuck out of this shit. Actually, let's like leave the blue. Why not? Like decolor like this much. Yeah, that's nice. Tolerance. So turn that shit up. It's like nah. Let me see. Right there, that's good. RGB is better. Okay, so now we have our edgy ass CC. We have the syncing, the shakes, the screen pumps, RSMB. You know, I like to name these just to be more organized. You know, up here I put a sharp. I don't fucking know. Right here, CC. Here, RSMB. Right here, black bars. And now that we have that, you could render. So let me show you my render settings. To render, just press Ctrl M. So I go to output module lossless, and then I format the lossless, resize. I put it I put it this so like it's way higher quality for higher bit rate on YouTube. Yep, best settings. I only do this if I want to turn down the frame rate. So why not make a fucking 15 FPS edit, bro? Apparently that's the new wave. So I don't like it, but fuck it. It's just for memes and shit. Let's name it Tut Edit. to edit. I put E. Yep. And then render. I'm a cut to when it finishes rendering, and then I'm gonna put it in the video. It's gonna be right after this. So here's the edit.
Now she rolling up the swish. It's a hit or miss. I keep hearing